Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is AI artificial intelligence or alien intelligence? Second question, is AI to help mankind or to enslave mankind? Third question, is AI in Bible prophecy? And here's how it got started today. I started to pull up this. This was the start of my research. I found this. France is to build the world's largest nuclear-powered AI supercomputer in a $10.3 billion deal. Now, of course, that's the big thing right now. America's going to lead AI. No, China's going to lead AI. No, France is going to. No, Europe is. Okay, everybody's trying to compete to lead an AI. So I started reading this article, other articles, doing my normal research, and it kept coming to me that I had already made a DVD about this same sort of topic. So I pulled up my PowerPoint about that DVD. And I started going through it, and I thought, wow, I think that for us to see the future, sometimes it's helpful to go back and see, okay, so here's where we were 15 years ago. Here's where we are today. That kind of gives us a trajectory as to where we are going into the future. I think you'd agree. So in looking at some of these PowerPoint slides, I thought, wow, I need to bring some of these up into today's program. And then I started looking more, and I thought, no, I can't do this. Because what I put in this DVD that I made in 2010 for sure would get our channel deleted again today. Not just strikes. It's saying some things that I know will get our channel deleted. Wait a minute, Stan, are you saying you made a DVD in 2010 that you can't put out today? Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. So this was a DVD I made 15 years ago. And shockingly, I was shocked. I called my son. I said, let me tell you what this is saying. So it's shocking how correct, and the information that I was putting out in 2010 is shocking, but it's also telling much of the future. But we're looking at it through the lens of the information was 15 years ago. I think you'll be shocked. So here's what we're doing. I can't put this information out today. I know for sure they delete the channel again. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through some of the slides to show you just how shocking it is. Then I'm going to send you over to watch the entire 2.5-hour DVD that I made back in 2010 so you can see all the information that I can't show you today. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that we had more freedom in 2010 than we have today in 2025? And the truth is, because we weren't on platforms in 2010. We were making our own DVDs. We're sending out the DVDs. I could say what I want, and there was no limits on what I wanted to say. Well, there's still no limits if you go to watchprophecyclub.com. So what I'm going to do is show you a few things that was in the 2.5-hour DVD, and I'm going to encourage you to go to watchprophecyclub.com. It's free. I'll set it up. You can watch the whole thing free. 2.5 hours. And I think you're going to be shocked too. And it's going to show you just how much our free speech is not free when we're on the platforms. Okay, now let me go to some of this thing. This was the first page. So what if advanced science offered an injection correcting defects in our DNA? Daniel 2:43 says that we will mingle, or the Antichrist will mingle themselves with the seed of men. What if it stopped cell degeneration and aging, giving people eternal life and instant healing? Joel 2:8 says that we'll fall on a sword and not be wounded. Now, this is before we heard about med beds, okay? This is before we heard about that there's going to come out with an injection that will correct our DNA. This is 15 years ago. This is all January 2010 stuff. What if the catch is people had to get a tattoo or swear allegiance to the world government? Is this why men will seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them? Will an injection associated with the mark give eternal life? Again, this back 2010, but it's cutting edge today. So what if the injection causes, quote, noisome and grievous sores upon men which had the mark of the beast? This was page 1. Let me show you some other pages. DNA of the mark of the beast. Now, this is summarizing what I just said. Some of the things that are on this DVD got our channel deleted. There's no question. I cannot say this today. We can't take a chance on that. So you go and watch this 2.5-hour DVD free at watchprophecyclub.com. This is what it looks like. Right now, I pulled this off our website just a few minutes ago. So you go to watchprophecyclub.com. You click on that one where the yellow arrow is pointing, DNA and the Mark of the Beast. You can go watch the whole 2.5-hour DVD for free. While you're there, you can also watch this one. A Russian warns America. This is a DVD that we made. I didn't look up the date, but I think it was like 1998. And this is talking about how Russia lost in Russia, some 250 suitcase nukes, and he says 50 of them are in America. You can go watch the whole thing. Watch Prophecy Club. I encourage you to subscribe. You can get it for $20 a month or $200 a year. You can watch like some 300 2.5-hour DVDs. You can watch all my Watchmen, all of the Crusades, everything. I mean, watch. It took us 25 years to make the information that's up on watchprophecyclub.com. We have people get up there. It's, you can quit anytime you want to, but they don't quit. They get up there because it takes them years to watch all the information at watchprophecyclub.com. Here's another DVD. This particular DVD we found, we were kind of chuckled at it. It's up on eBay for $199. You can watch it free at watchprophecyclub.com. Here's another one you can go watch. January 9, 2005, I was shown the Nixon 9/11 attack would be a series of suitcase nuclear explosions all across America. People behind it would be international bankers or Moloch, would use sophisticated bombs in several cities, one hitting a regional bank, destroying the records and the backups. This would put billions of dollars into the hands and throw the U.S. into an economy free fall. You can go watch that right now. WatchProphecyClub.com. One more thing before I get into the slides. So I've started a Bible study. Yeah, we've been doing the Bible study for a lot of years, 6:30, 7:30 on Friday nights. But I'm teaching through the book of Revelation. This particular week, it's going to be Revelation chapter 4. Or is it 3? I'll have to look it up. Anyway, chapter a week typically, and I'm going to go through. This is a deep study. Unlike at Watchman's Prophecy Conference, where I kind of breeze through it, this is each evening going into the deep study of what it's really saying, tying it together with other places. If you want to know Revelation from a guy that memorized the book of Revelation, here it is. Friday night, 6:30 to 7:30. Doesn't cost you anything on all of the platforms. Anyway, go to Watch Prophecy Club, $20 a month, $200 a year, 300 titles. Each one is typically about 2.5 hours, and you can stop anytime you want to. Okay, so this was one of the slides. Look at this. This was 2010. Using the tools of synthetic biology, scientists installed a completely artificial genome inside a host cell without DNA. Like the bolt of lightning that awakened Frankenstein, the new genome invigorated the host cell, which began to grow and reproduce. Duh. Okay, so are they making something that's not human? Yes, they are. I'm about to shock you with some things. The research marks a technical milestone in the synthesis and implantation of artificial DNA. In other words, something that's not God-made. It's man-made. That would be an image of the beast, okay? This is the first synthetic cell that's been made. We call it synthetic because the cell is totally derived from a synthetic chromosome made with 4 bottles of chemicals on a chemical synthesizer, starting with information on a computer. Okay, so is this the image of the beast? In other words, some kind of an image that's not God, not made in the image of God, but is made in the image of man. Oh, you wait. I'm going to shock you with several things. So Revelation 15 says he has power to give life into the image of the beast. So is this giving power to something made by a computer? Then Daniel 2:43 says they're going to mingle themselves with the seed of men. In other words, they're going to be mixing something that's God made with something that's not God made. Genetically speaking, Jesus was half man, half God. Father was Holy Ghost, the mother was Mary. Genetically, that makes sense that the Antichrist would be half man, half alien, correct? Since the devil doesn't come up with anything new, he just takes whatever God puts out and turns it to the reverse. Then let me tell you about a story. So Prophecy Club started in 1993. And of course, when it was first getting started, I had to answer every phone call. And this was, I think, in 94. I had just been playing a series of programs about UFOs. And I picked up the phone. This guy called. He says, all right. He said, I'm not going to tell you who I am. I'm not going to tell you my name. But I've been watching, or been listening, it was on radio. I've been listening to you talk about UFOs. He said, I used to be really high up in the government. And he says, I've been all through area S4, Area 51. He said, I can't tell you anything, but I will answer your questions. And I said, okay. Do they have aliens there? He said, yes. Some alive, some dead. Do they have anti-gravity flying devices? He said, yes. Some from other worlds, some our government has made. Then he said, see, you don't know anything until it's at least 25 years old. He said these underground secret laboratories progress at 3 to 4 years to every 1 year of the laboratories on top of the earth. He says they have unlimited funding. They have the best minds in the planet working there. And so I said, all right, well then tell me, what's the deepest, darkest secret they have? What's the secret that they don't want out more than anything else? And he said, okay, to give life. They are working on creating life. He said, see, you don't know anything. He said, I said, okay, tell me something that's old technology to them, but something we don't have on the surface yet. He says, okay, successful human head transplants. He said, that's old technology. They just take the head off of an old person and put it on a new body, and that person's good to go. I said, what's the deepest, darkest secret? What's the thing they don't want out more than anything? He said, to give life. They're trying to create life. Now, remember that. Let's tie it together with something. Revelation 13:14 says that they should make an image. This is the beast talking. They should make an image to the beast. Okay. Is that a copy of the Antichrist? Probably. But it's not a full copy. So they're probably taking the DNA of some human, but they're implanting something else with it. Is that coming from a computer? Is that coming from chemicals? Or is that coming from Lucifer himself? He had power to give life into the image of the beast. So this is life being given to something that was not God made, that is now comes to life, and it has a brain because it causes them, he speaks, and causes them to make another image of the beast, and that those that won't worship the image of the beast should be killed. So it's smart enough to give orders. My opinion, I think it's tied into the quantum computer system, which has all accumulated knowledge of not just humans, but also all the devil's knowledge, alien knowledge, and everything. You see, I can't. You see what I'm talking about? I'm walking on the edge right now. And there's some more things I cannot put out. Go watch it. You want to watch this. I promise your mouth will fall open, even though it was made in 2010. Joel 2:4 says, the appearance of them, that is the appearance of horses. Okay, I know what a horse is. And of horsemen. I know what a man on a horse is. But what is a horseman? See, because Genesis 6 says the sons of God or the aliens, came down and mated with the daughters of men, and their offspring was giants. And they were mighty men of old, and that means that they were not dying. They didn't inherit the death gene of Adam. They were living forever. It goes on to say, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. This is the devil's army. Before their face the people shall be much pained. Now, is that a half man, half horse? Probably. There's more. DNA alterations. Could it be that the mermaid is not just something in comedies? Could it be that the horseman is actually half man, half horse? Could it be they're working on it now? In this interview with one of the ruling elite, Lindsey Williams was told, we play fair. I'll talk about the Molochs, talk about the people behind the curtains that rule the world. We don't do anything until we have warned you. They consider it unfair play to attack without warning. They consider themselves gentlemen. Many of the elite warn us through movies and television. This makes them feel empowered to see their victims totally helpless and unable to prevent their own demise. Oh, really? Well, what have they said? This is part of the stuff that's on the video I can't put out. So, in 2001, Fox Television put out a series on as a takeoff of the X-Files, aired May 2001. 4 months before 9/11, and it predicted a terror attack, but the establishment was afraid and embarrassed by this. But it said that a jumbo jet had hijacked and was controlled from the ground. All flight controls by the pilots were dead. Plane is going to head headlong into the World Trade Center. Does that sound familiar? At the last moment, pilots regained control in the movie, but maybe they were warning us what they were about to do 4 months later. Oh, there's more. Then, June 5th of 2005, the FX network aired Oil Storm. It's about a hurricane that hit New Orleans, killed thousands of people, Category 5, destroys a major pipeline. Gasoline hits $3 a gallon. 3 months later, Katrina hit New Orleans. Gasoline rose to above $3 a gallon. Accident? Or can they control weather? Now, here's the big one. This is going to be about the last one I'm going to be able to show you. May 9th, and I can't say some words on this. You have to read what is written here. I can't say all of these words. A U.S. businessman visiting China is infected and carries the deadly thing back via jetliner to the U.S. Riots erupt, armed mobs try to hijack the and the authorities predict that up to 350 million people will die worldwide. And what is the name of the program? So, now you see. So I'd recommend you go watch DNA of the Mark of the Beast, and you can go watch it at watchprophecyclub.com. Right here, it's free. Go to watchprophecyclub.com. And yes, I encourage you to sign up. Helps the Prophecy Club, but it gets a lot of good information to you that I dare say you won't get anyplace else. WatchProphecyClub.com. Also, the Bible study, 6:30 to 7:30 in Revelation this Friday. $20 a month, $200 a year, 300 titles, 2.5 hours each. Stop anytime you want to at WatchProphecyClub.com. Now, the Bible study is free. You just go up to the platform, ProphecyClub.com, YouTube, Facebook. WatchProphecyClub.com is just that, WatchProphecyClub.com. I encourage you to go up there and watch it, but I think that you'll probably subscribe. You'll say, man, there's some good stuff here. And he's right. I probably will be able to watch all of this in a year. It took us 25 years to make this information. Go check it out, WatchProphecyClub.com. Okay, the very best offer we have ever had of the Prophecy Club is 40 books for a gift of $100. That is How Pre-Trib Won, Tribulation Secrets in Daniel, God's Warnings to America, Miss the Mark, and The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. I'll explain. As I've said many times, in 2017, I memorized the book of Revelation. I got 30 revelations, 2 visions, and an audible voice. God showed me a secret door, the word first fruits, which is found in Leviticus and also Revelation, that links the feasts to the prophecies of Revelation. And perhaps for the first time, Revelation can be understood. One prophetic word said, there's a lock. I put over every word in the book of Revelation. I'm going to open it to you. It will turn many books written on the end time message into obsolete books. That's this book. Secondly, I put together a collection of the very best prophecies from 32 years in Bible prophecy: Dimitri Duduman, Michael Boldale, Leslie Johnson, Henry Gruver, Shane Warren, Terry Bennett, Maurice Sklar, Augusto Perez, Doug Metzger, Bree Keaton, and more in God's Warnings to America. Also, how do you talk to people about the mark of the beast, especially if they worship another god? Well, simple way is give them this book. It's a quick read, takes about 3 hours to read it. But if they'll read 2 or 3 pages, they'll probably read the book. And if they read the book, they will never take the mark of the beast. It explains both the mark of the beast and also the number of the name, and it has these pictures in the book. Finally, how pre-trib won. This book explains the truth about the rapture. It gives 4 foundations for the real truth about the rapture. It also answers 25 pre-trib questions, 1 for $20, each one of these typically, but don't do that. We offer them in shrink-wrap sets. The very best deal is go to prophecyclub.com and get the entire 40-book set for $100. I didn't cover every verse in the book of Daniel, didn't need to. I just covered the verses that has to do with us end-time saints. And it's called Tribulation Secrets and Daniel, 1 for $20, 10 for $30, 20 for $50 at prophecyclub.com. If you don't want to lose your life's savings, if you have an IRA or a 401k, the thing to do is call 800-200-GOLD. 800-200-GOLD. These folks are Christians, and they specialize in helping people not lose their life savings in the event of a stock market crash and things like that. Look, most of the 401ks, most of the IRAs are in paper, backed by paper. And as Lindsey Williams says, if it's in paper, it's worth the paper it's written on. You can lose it all. 1-800-200-GOLD. 800-200-GOLD. Hey, give them a call. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't cost you anything. See if they can give you some good advice. In 2021, I started making bread. And long story short is I believe God showed me that wheat is God's famine food, just like it was famine food back in the 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, days of Pharaoh and Joseph. And I believe that that's what God has planned to feed his people. And you get it by going to josephskitchen.com. 3 steps. First, you want to get a machine package. Second, you want to order 6 ingredients and watch some videos, download the recipes to be able to make the bread. josephskitchen.com. Most of your long-time storage food, emergency food, all of that, typically are talking $9,000, $10,000 to feed one person for a year. Joseph Kitchen can show you how to do it for around $1,000 a person, and your kids will actually eat it, and it's actually good for you. Here's some bread that I made. In my case, I lost weight, lowered my blood pressure, gives me more energy. I eat a morning, slice in the morning, slice in the afternoon, always a slice before I go play racquetball. Go check it out, josephskitchen.com. When the suitcase nukes, I didn't say if, I said when the suitcase nukes go off, if you want your car to start, if you want your computers and your refrigerators and things like that, anything with a computer chip to work, you want to have one of these. From EMPShield.com. EMPShield.com. And they have videos up there. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. It's not complicated at all. And if you use the word prophecy, promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount, and it helps your Prophecy Club. I'd recommend you get Potassium Iodide at prophecyclub.com. When a nuclear device is detonated, the wind blows the dust, and it's like fine dust. It's like powder. And it settles on everything. You breathe, eat, or absorb radioactive iodine. You pretty much can't avoid it, which kills your thyroid, killing you. But a simple fix is to simply take potassium iodide pills, which then floods your thyroid with good iodine, keeping the radioactive iodine out. You need 1 bottle per person per exposure for everyone from infant to adult. Available 10 bottles for a gift of $150, which is what I recommend, or $20 a bottle at prophecyclub.com. Shelf life 5 to 8 years, potentially more if you refrigerate it, or even more if you freeze it. Potassium iodide pills, prophecyclub.com. Right now we have them in stock, but so many people are ordering them, you may have to wait a while to get them. If you're out and about and all of a sudden you need gasoline, you need food, and the credit cards aren't working, they aren't taking dollars, then one of the best things to have is right here. It's a prepper bar. Each one of these is a little bit bigger than a credit card. Will fit in your purse or your billfold, and it breaks into various pieces. So you could give them part instead of maybe more silver, more gold than you need to. Carry it right in your billfold or your purse. This particular one is 5 bars. You don't necessarily need to carry 5 bars with you, but you call 844-771-1776 or prophecyclubbar.com. prophecyclubbar.com. 844-771-1776. As you recall, this past Saturday, November the 9th, the Lord spoke to me 2 words screaming at me loud like a trumpet. Medical, medical. I take that to mean that not only myself, but also those that follow Prophecy Club, in addition to all of the other preparations we've made, we need to start making medical preparations. And I put that out, and I was deluged with emails sending me to this place. This is the place that all of you seem to like when it comes to medical supplies. So I called them, hooked up, and I've arranged to get you a 5% discount when you use the promo code PROPHECY. Promo code PROPHECY, 5% discount, and it's refugemedical.com. refugemedical.com. And as you can see, they have all kinds of, here's one of the main things you need to get. It's called a burn bucket. This tells you all about it. They also have a business bundle, a home bundle. I think everybody ought to have at least a home bundle. They also have vehicle bundles, church bundles. So they already put this stuff together, and this is not foreign-made stuff. This is all American-made, and it's by a Christian company. And you go to refugemedical.com. refugemedical.com. We've got a new sponsor. It's sat123.com. I'm amazed at what this company offers. They got satellite phones. They've got Wi-Fi hotspots where you can have internet any place. So suitcase nukes go off in your city. If you don't have to worry about that, you still have electricity. It can go right up and connect to a satellite. They also have marine satellite internet. They also have satellite radios. And if you use the promo code PROPHECY, there are several different kinds of discounts.